Hey guys, just going live here for a quick session to celebrate our man's victory. And I'm calling Charlie right now. Hey guys, yep. So calling Charlie right now. We got very exciting news. He won the pogchamps. Hey,
Sensei Naroditsky.
is this the freaking winner? I mean, I'm speechless. You rendered me speechless.
Now, I know I played like some dog shit at points there, but how about that last checkmate? You have to be a little proud of that setup.
Oh, okay, so there was a point you could have forked his rook to king, and then you played rook u1. I was like, oh no, you've got 40 seconds. And then when you played bishop g1, that is when I realized what you had up your sleeve.
Yeah? So you saw what I was going for.
I saw what you were going for after bishop g1. I think by this point in our collaboration, I kind of know how you think in these various positions. And the fact that you played e3, you found queen e4, that was one of the best games I've ever seen you play, including 10-minute games, and it was a freaking 3-minute game, and you kept with him on the clock. You certainly didn't play like dog shit. The second game you did.
Yeah,
but the first
game,
you weathered the storm. He played an incredibly good game. I mean, he found all these moves, and you were fast. You exploited the queen blunder, and the reason he blundered is because you stayed in the game even though you were down in exchange. And you did exactly what we talked about. You noticed the impacts of his moves. You noticed the drawbacks. And I could just see you looking at the whole board and applying all these things. And I think you got the win that you so very well deserved. I'm really happy for you, man.
Well, thank you, man. I obviously couldn't have done it without you. I'm glad that I didn't disappoint you. I was really worried, especially in that second game, that it was just going to be a true disaster, like this unfolding. But yeah, we pulled it together, man. So
we did.
It was great.
We did. I mean,
how'd your chess camp go?
It went great. I mean, I was watching this as the camp was finishing, and I was literally holding my breath, and just the 3-minute game was just pure suspense. Like, I was just jumping around my room, like I couldn't even keep myself in one sitting position more than 2 seconds at a time. Yeah, I was like typing random characters on the keyboard when you won. I mean, that signified my, I don't want to say relief, but you know, it's a mixture of emotions.
Yeah, well, you could say relief. I imagine, especially after seeing that disastrous second game, it had to feel at least a little good to know that I didn't just bend over again.
Right, exactly. You pulled yourself together, which was so awesome. And Ludwig is a very good player. He's one of the stronger ones in this field.
Yeah, he's very good.
So the fact that you managed to beat him more than once is just so impressive. So did you feel like the tactics were impacting you positively during the games? Did you feel the effect of that?
Oh, huge. Absolutely. Like the fork with the push pawn, take pawn, check, win knight. Wouldn't have seen it without doing all those puzzles.
Right. I mean, I could see you like hunting down forks with so much more, like, I don't know, energy. And man, I'm just, it's incredible how many obstacles you had to overcome to reach this point. I mean, you could have lost yesterday against Slicker. Who did you beat before Slicker? You beat Erob, and you obviously beat XQC. I mean, so many of these games, and you've been getting better and better.
Well, thanks to you, man. I really appreciate the lessons. Of course, it's always fun.
My pleasure. And what are your chess plans going forward?
Well, we got Twitch Rivals coming up, baby.
That's awesome. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
You're at a threshold where, you know, there's a point at which chess becomes more fun, and like, you've grasped the basic concepts. I think you're very much at that cusp where you can start creating your own style, and you can start finding your own ideas, and your own ideas are not going to be like shitty all the time. So once most people quit before they cross that threshold because they're like, I'm just blundering pieces all the time, and this is shit. I just have to like struggle on every move. But once you reach that threshold, there you experience the freaking beauty of the game. Maybe you've seen like the inklings of that.
But yeah, I think so, man. That checkmate was that was euphoric. I felt like the Redditor that just discovered atheism. I definitely think we're reaching that threshold.
That's funny. So, how do Twitch rivals? I guess this is an embarrassing question, but I've been so lost in the pogchamps. What exactly is it? Like, how does it work?
It's pretty much the same format, as far as I know. I've only done the Apex rivals.
Uh huh.
It's basically the same thing. I think it'll be teams, so I think every GM is going to have a team that
Mm-hmm.
competes against another team
Oh,
instead of
awesome.
it being individuals.
So
Yeah,
not individual students, but rather several.
yeah.
Well,
So
I
like I
hope
think
you're on my team.
I think you pick your team. So yeah, I think it should be fine.
I don't know whether I'm gonna pick you though, Charlie. Honestly, like I've had better
Well,
students than you. Like people who are more accomplished and have actually won games, not just
yeah,
like choked away wins. You know.
not negative talent losers like me. I get you.
Exactly. Total negative talent. I mean, can't deliver on a single win. Can't apply anything he learns.
I
Unacceptable,
feel
man.
that. I'll understand if you ultimately make the decision to keep me on the bench for the kickball team.
This this reminds me when I was in a big basketball fan and I was actually in. Most people don't know this because they assume I was in my basement studying chess all of my school career, but I actually was on the JV basketball team in 10th grade. One of my proudest accomplishments, and
Mhm.
I got benched the whole season because I skipped a week of practice for a tournament. So
Really?
chess is not without. My coach had it out for me the rest of the year because
That's fucked.
clearly I didn't respect what I was doing because I was going around playing these shitty ass chess tournaments.
Man, he's got to feel really fucking dumb. He's still coaching high school JV. You're a GM, an accomplished man, many
Uh,
books under his belt,
nah,
many titles.
they were used to fill up during the toilet paper shortage.
No, I don't think so. Those are
But
sacred texts.
yeah, there's basically like the Bhagavad Gita of chess, essentially. Um,
What the fuck did you just say? What was that? The Bhagavad Gita?
Bhagavad Gita. That's like I think that's the Hindu like sacred Hindu text.
Of
Very
course.
sexually charged
Mm,
Hindu text.
mhm.
I don't know like anything about it, but I just have heard its name mentioned.
Of course, yeah. That makes sense, I suppose.
But yeah, man. I mean, this is the one day I'm not gonna give you any shit because, like, as a self-respecting Russian coach, you're never supposed to say you're proud of a student, but
Hmm.
I'm gonna make an exception here and say I am extremely happy for you and how far you've gone and how far you're going to go.
Hey man, I really appreciate it. Yeah, I honestly think you're the best teacher there is, man. You're great. It's always fun
Thanks.
to talk to you. You're not like a boring stiff or anything. It's always fun streams with you, man.
Likewise, man. And here's to I'm gonna raise the proverbial champagne glass to
Mm.
more successes and accomplishments, and let this just be the tip of the iceberg.
Amen, man. Well, I'm gonna head out and get some food. I will talk to you soon.
Absolutely, well deserved. We'll be in touch. Enjoy the occasion, man. And it's
Of
been
course.
amazing, and I look forward to watching you get even better.
Thank you, man. I look forward to look forward to getting more of your teaching as
Of
well. So I will
course.
talk soon.
All right, bon
My
appetit, man.
man.
All right, bye.
Yep.
Congrats. All right. All right. So that was Charlie, the winner of today's consolation pogchamps bracket. I was definitely watching every step of the way. I was cheering him on. Definitely mauled inducing. Yeah, I'm not going live for very long. I'm gonna go in about 30 minutes, you guys, and I might return tonight. I'm going to return tonight around 9:30. I'm going to yeah, I'm going to go live tonight around 9:30. Just dropped by to say congratulations, basically. 9:30 Eastern. Yeah, it's 7:21 right now. I have to go at 8, and I will be back around 9:15, 9:30. So it's just been amazing developments. I'm going to analyze. I'm just going to show you guys the game myself. And let me see. And I just want to thank everybody for their support throughout this journey. All of Charlie's fans have been super nice to me and super sweet and very supportive with all sorts of hype contributions. I appreciate that a lot. Let me. The 9:30 stream is going to be just chess. I'm just going to play some. I just basically went live to say congratulations and then go continue about my business. Charlie forgot to raid, so we arriving. That's all good. Charlie has been has given me the gift of being an amazing student. So honestly, I'm freaking overcome with pride. I mean, I'm going to be completely frank with you guys. Ludwig is a very accomplished player. Like, he's someone who's played over 1,000 games on chess.com. Oh, thanks, Unconventional. You know, he's good, and he's good in all areas of the game. And to hold court with him and to beat him twice is the ultimate freaking feat. I mean, you guys need to understand that. Anyways, yeah, thank you everybody for being so sweet to me. Yeah, so basically, just to walk you through the blow by blow. I mean, the first game was when I thought, okay, this is not going to go his way, because there was a point in the first game when he was just, our guy was completely lost. Let me flip the board. Basically, you know, 100 bits. Thank you so much, Clarity from above, for the bits, man. He played fine in the beginning, but then what worried me, okay, this maneuver was pretty good. This was the moment when I started to really worry, because Charlie wasn't looking at his knight. His knight is undeveloped. Had he developed his knight here, black is probably even better here. I mean, he gets his knight to f5. White has all these weak squares. But Charlie forgot about, first of all, he takes his good bishop and gives it up for the knight. And then he plays this move f5 instead of going knight g7. And here I thought, okay, the game is over. But number one, he kept his composure. Thank you so much, Vented Thrower, for the sub, man. Those 3-minute games, what did I tell you guys? What did I tell you guys about the 3-minute games? He was losing game after game at the time. Guess what? He would not have won 2 critical 3-minute games had he not gotten that practice in. It paid off. It paid off. And I mean, I realized at the time that this was going to bring his ego down, and it's going to bring his confidence down. Obviously, I knew that. I've trained with people before who like to play these long games, but I was playing the long game, and so was he. And the credit belongs to him. Thank you to Texidian for the sub. The credit belongs to him for being game about it and doing it for long periods of time and trusting my judgment. But it paid off. I mean, do you see how fast he played against... Oh, we got a hype train going. Wow. Do you see how fast he played in that 3-minute game against Ludwig? That was incredible. So anyways, basically, the first good thing that he did here was held it together, and had Ludwig captured his knight, Charlie would have been lost. Charlie would have been lost because he would have lost his rook. But Ludwig incorrectly took the rook, allowing his knight to take. Thanks, guys, for the compliments. Really appreciate it. And the one thing Charlie had here, Charlie did miss a fork, and this is, I think, the only fork he missed across all 3 games. I'm going to involve you guys. Charlie did have a fork here, and he only noticed the hanging b2 pawn, which we did discuss, so that wasn't a bad move. But he did have a fork here, amazingly, and he almost found it. Yeah, queen f6 is right. And you attack both the rook and the bishop. So you have 3 attackers on the bishop and only 2 defenders, and you're also attacking the rook. So this would have won the bishop back, but instead Charlie made a very reasonable move. Queen takes b2. Queen d2 attacking the rook, and this was not a great idea to trade pieces, but I'm proud of him for finding king c8. Ludwig won the game immediately, basically, with queen to d7 here. Attacking the knight and threatening back rank mate. But once he missed it, at this point, I freaking screamed. I mean, I freaking screamed when Ludwig did this. I mean, this was like among the biggest reliefs I felt in a long time. And his conversion was pretty seamless as well. He was checking all these squares for blunders. It was just great. Then the second game happens, and I was obviously not happy at the second game. I think he collapsed very quickly after bishop e3. That was tunnel vision right there, as he pointed out himself. But what I really liked about what Charlie did was that he didn't give himself too much crap after that. He kind of gathered himself together and then played actually an amazing 3-minute game, the best he's ever played, and that's what was needed in order to beat Ludwig. I mean, this game was obviously just very much one-sided. He got a good position out of the opening, and here the move would have been queen g4, just attacking the knight here and forcing Ludwig to make a weakness on his king side. But instead, of course, he played this move bishop e3, and Ludwig correctly takes with the bishop and with the knight and takes the rook. So at this point, the game was basically over, with or without the blunder that followed. But then comes the 3-minute game, and, well, I'll walk you guys through it. Basically, he reacted well to the Rai Lopez, which is an opening we have not studied. That was a mistake on my part. I didn't expect anybody to play the Rai Lopez, so I didn't teach him the ropes here, but he kind of found stuff out himself, which I was proud of as well. And after that, well, G5, knight takes C4, finding this. I mean, this is not something he would have found earlier. And then takes G3, D5, and this is where I got really scared because it looks like he's already almost lost. I mean, his king is wide open. Handling these positions is so hard. Holy smokes, Lazy Itachi with the $10 donation. You are the fucking man. Thanks for all those hours of fun and education. Thanks for the dono, Lazy Itachi. Appreciate all the support, you guys. Really, really appreciate it. Thanks, man. And D5 was an inaccuracy. What he should have done here is just move the king away. We'll talk about this afterward. Basically, what Charlie should have done is just move the king. It's not, you don't always need a castle to make your king safe, okay? You can just tuck your king away, let's say, on G7. And we need to cover those exceptions to the rules. Because to Charlie, he thinks that if he doesn't castle, maybe his king is dangerous. I mean, these things are so much more advanced than the concepts we've covered. So just the fact that we're even covering them is, in and of itself, crazy. But here, I got very scared. I mean, look at his king. His king is exposed. And here, Charlie played like a freaking demon. I mean, this is where he put on his GM hat. I'm honest. I would have done the exact same thing. Rook E8, number 1. Identify white's strongest piece. Take it off the board. Number 2, king to G6. Very accurate. He doesn't bring the king to the E file so that it's x-rayed by the rook on E1. He brings it to the correct square. Bishop D4 was decent. Now, Charlie was winning by giving this check. It's not checkmate. But in this position, he just very quickly seizes the initiative. White can't get his knight out because his rook is pinned. And Charlie is just going to take on F2 and basically win the game. But that was not easy to find. I mean, in a 3-minute game, that was most definitely not easy to find. This is where I thought, okay, the game is over. He's not going to see queen e4. He's going to just notice the fork, and he's going to think he screwed up, and he's going to blunder the bishop. But he silenced the doubters here. Queen to e4, and now e3 was such a good move. This won him the game. E3 in time pressure was incredible. I mean, come on. Noticing the pawn is hanging. The old Charlie would have either missed that or played rook e8. Instead, he goes e3, provokes white into f takes e3, takes the knight, activates his rook just like we talked about. Okay, this was the only moment when I frickin' lost my cool. Charlie did have bishop g3 check with checkmate to follow and winning the rook. So we do need to work a little bit more on these pins and stuff, but we're going to get that done. I mean, he's seeing those so much more frequently than he used to. And if he goes here, there's checkmate in 1. You don't even need to take the rook. But had king h3 occurred, you should take the rook and just, it's very straightforward win here. But instead, he set up this very, very delightful mate. I mean, white had one opportunity here to keep the game going, which was actually king h3. But this was not, again, an easy move to play during those time constraints. Because the idea is, well, if you go rook e3 check, then there's g3 covering the check. And, you know, time was running out. They both had 40 seconds at this point. No, I mean, I'm obviously not critical of that. Would c7 check have done anything? I mean, a lot of it could have continued checking him. Charlie would have eventually escaped the checks. And he would have eventually escaped the checks and maybe even brought his king to f4, involving the king in the attack. But essentially, after this, after he played king g3, I knew Charlie was going to find the mate. I actually can't believe it. I mean, a month ago he was 500. Let's compare that to his game. Let's say, let me see if I can go way back in his archive. I mean, he's played so many games that oh, this only extends us that far. Wow, he's played a lot of games. That's awesome, though. If we go way back, let's see. Let me try to paste in the game. Let me try to paste in his first game on chess.com. Just give me a hot second, guys. I'm going to go on full cam here just to show you guys the improvement. Well, the game versus Hudge, he actually played pretty much reasonably. Yeah, that improvement is ridiculous, and it's due to his grind. I mean, his grind was unreal. Let me see. Turbo Fisto. And Voyboy also won. Very happy to see that. Congrats to him as well. He's freaking awesome. Thank you, FR80 with a sub at tier 3. Holy smokes. We got a tier 3 sub. That is amazing. That is amazing. Okay, let me see. Let me just go back to the start, you guys. To the very start of when this this crucible began. Tier 3 is very much poggers, you guys. His peak, but it doesn't matter what his peak was. We're not talking about his rating right now. We're talking about his strength. This is the first game that he played on May 5th. This was basically exactly a month ago, okay? Let's see. Let me see. Let me just give you guys an example. Let me give you guys several examples. Okay. I don't actually know how Twitch Rivals is going to work. There's nothing to leak. I don't know. I'm not in the loop, so I don't actually know. But it's going to be fun. I know it's going to be fun, and I know I'm going to keep coaching Charlie for sure. I mean, he's gone so far. There will come a point when it's not like he's doing this out of a service. I don't think he should do this out of a debt to me for whatever reason. He has no debt to me. He's done what he needed to do, but I think he's going to want to get better. He's put in so much work already. Here's an example, you guys. I'm pasting in a game that he played with. He had the white pieces here. Okay, Charlie was playing white. This was exactly a month ago, okay? This was exactly 1 month ago. Okay, not a lot of time. Charlie is white. Just look at the game. G4 move 1. Watch how he plays. Actually not that bad. I mean, he had this natural talent, but gives up the queen, hanging knight on e5, hanging everything, every piece he's hanging. I mean, hanging the rook in one move. So he was basically just moving the pieces. Basically just moving the pieces. Let me give you another example. Blundered Scholar's Mate here. Here's another example. I mean, Charlie was black here. I mean, this is also Charlie, and he was black here. 7% accuracy in this game. Let's take a look at how he lost to a 600. This was literally exactly a month ago. Charlie was playing with the white pieces here. First of all, d4 already a blunder. Just moving his queen, blundering his queen in one move. Trading with blundering his bishop in one move. Blundering his knight, blundering his everything, and blundering it to checkmate. So, thank you, conventional. No, but the credit belongs to him. He was the one who put in all the grinds. Crazy. I mean, you can see the level of play, and then compare that to this guy playing Ludwig today, in the 3-minute game. In a freaking 3-minute game, he plays like this. Development, wins the pawn. It's like a completely different human being. King f7, king g6, bishop d4, attacking the pawn, seeing queen e4. e3, with 1,000 people watching, e3 is the best move. His accuracy in this game was pretty freaking high, I'm pretty sure. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this guy's accuracy. No, the credit is maybe 5% me, 5% luck, and 90% Charlie would be my distribution. 82.4%, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you guys were seeing this right now. 82.4%. 82.4. I mean, that's all that you need to see here. Okay, in a 3-minute game. I mean, that was definitely his highest accuracy ever. So, absolutely unbelievable. I've never seen such improvement before. But I told you, 3-minute games. This is what I anticipated when I recommended him. I knew that this opportunity would arise. He would need to work on his time management. And he did. Whew. Man, I'm just gonna recover all of tonight. There were so many emotions the last couple of days. So many emotions, and I just need to let everything settle in. I just need to let everything settle in. It's been absolutely wild, to be honest. I think he can reach even greater heights. I don't think he needs to stop. I don't think he needs to stop. Let's play some 30-second chess, though. I need to expel some of my passion here. 1 second, you guys. It's a shame that the chess.com broadcast conveniently went down as Charlie's winning. Which is really just fascinating. But anyways. What's going on? Let's play a 30-second game. Charlie did get the raid. Yeah, no, that's awesome. The fact that Charlie and people were watching him. Wow, this guy's very slow. Jesus. He's not going to survive if he plays this slowly. But there's a lot of lag again. How is he at 22 seconds for like 10 moves in a row? I have never seen such lag in my life. Jesus. Look at this. Just look at this. I mean, I am winning here, though. Pretty straightforwardly. Oops, that's a blunder. Let's go a5. Ah, crap, I could have gone queen d4. Okay, but he trades. Checkmate. Oh, that was a long, that was like a classical game. I don't know. That was like a classical game. I don't know if I want to play more of that. This guy has the biggest lag I've ever seen in a 30-second game. It's not necessarily bothering me. Maybe one more. Let's go h5, h4 here. h3, e5. c6. Look at how his time just doesn't tick down at all. Okay, we're gonna sacrifice the exchange here. Take here. Take here. I'm gonna pre-move this one. Now we're gonna go here. I'm gonna try to activate this rook. Okay, he's gonna go bishop d5, yeah. Let's go here. I'm threatening checkmate. Yeah, he's lost. He's busted. He's busted. Despite the lag, we still got him. Yep, now king g7. Oh, this lag is getting worse and worse. Jesus. Check and checkmate. Living vicariously through Charlie's tactics. Living vicariously through China. Yeah, that's crazy. Might be the most Charlie thing he's ever done. Yep. Crazy stuff going on. Crazy stuff going on. Okay. I only got like 5 more minutes before I need to take off for now, but I'll be back later tonight. Oh my god, and I blundered a piece. See, that I'm mistiming my pre-moves too. But okay, let's not despair. I think I can still beat him here. Okay, gives me a second pawn here. That's at least 2 pawns for the piece. take it and we go here. And we win the piece back. Okay, now I'm going to take this knight, actually. This is how I'm going to do it. D4. Okay, his time literally did not go down there. I just, that's not a thing in chess.com. So chess.com minimum pre-move time is 0.1 seconds. I just want you guys to notice. When he had 12.8. Oh, okay, so it just didn't show. No, but it was 12.8 and then 12.8. I mean, it's crazy. Voyboy. Voyboy won the main final. Voyboy won the main final. Yeah, crazy stuff going on all over the place. Anyways, you guys, I might get going. I have something to do until around 9:15, and then I'm gonna clean my place a little bit, and then I'm gonna go live again. But I just wanted to go live for a little conversation with Charlie and to wish him huge congrats. Obviously, he's the man. And very proud of him. So I'll be back tonight, you guys, for a longer stream. We'll be back tonight for a longer stream. Thank you guys for all the support and all the subs, and it really means a lot to me. So, all right, guys, let's see who I can raid. 1 second, please. Let's see who I can raid. Hikaru. No, just kidding. Let's see. Who can I raid? Let's raid. No, but Charlie's not streaming. That's the thing. Zefcat maybe? Voyboy? Oh, Voyboy's doing less than the Hikaru. Let's raid Voyboy. Let's give Voyboy some love. I'm gonna raid Voyboy. He won the main section, so he deserves some love for sure. He's also played incredibly well. So we're gonna raid him. I'll be back, you guys, shortly. I'll be back in about an hour and a half, folks. 90 minutes. Just bear with me, and I'll see you guys very soon tonight. Zefcat, you think I should go Zefcat? Should we give a small streamer some love? Zefcat's a very good streamer. She's a strong player from Colorado. Zefcat is good as well. I mean, both make sense. Let's give Zefcat some love then. All right, I'll raid Zefcat, you guys. Thank you so much.